Delivering a Regal 42 FXO 1,087 miles from Maryland to Florida is no small task, especially on a boat whose history I'm unfamiliar with, as it may come with a few surprises. In this video, I take you along on a multi-day delivery adventure where my buddy and I encountered delays, fuel issues, and made a few long offshore runs, all while ensuring the boat made it safely to its new owner in Stuart, Florida. From a faulty fuel gauge and vent causing us to unknowingly run out of fuel, to calculating fuel burn the old-fashioned way, this trip tested our problem-solving skills and teamwork. Despite the challenges, we pushed through with solid planning, minimal issues, and overall decent weather, even managing offshore runs to make up for lost time. By the end of the journey, we delivered the boat in better shape than we found it, passing critical knowledge on to the new owner. We arrived at the boat without knowing much about her past, which was okay as it was only a couple years old and I'd ran a number of Regals in the past and have experience running a similar route down the eastern coast. My expectations were for a comfortable run with a few inevitable hiccups along the way. One of my first tasks was a thorough inspection of safety equipment, lines and fenders, and testing the various systems aboard. The boat was a little dirtier than I liked it and showed signs of infrequent recent usage, which isn't abnormal for a boat being for sale. After a trip to West Marine to grab a few vital items, we gave the boat a quick rinse and scrub. Leaving things dirty is unprofessional in my opinion, plus the dirt and grime will be tracked throughout the boat during our day-to-day operations. The boat doesn't deserve that, nor do the owners who entrusted me with their vessel. Plus, we inspect components while cleaning to familiarize ourselves with the vessel. All right, we finally got the work, we're ready to get underway. All the ducks are in a row, the pieces are in place essentially. Kind of causes a few delays, but that's okay. Tommy's taking off the last line right now. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Our first stop was the fuel dock to top off with fuel. The boat should have about a 200-mile range on a full tank, and we hope to run enough to burn through 2 tanks each day in order to make efficient use of our days underway. Let me steal her from you and see how she feels getting up. Let's do it. Start today, later than we wanted to get started. Some things somewhat out of our control. Our timeline and our stops are off. So I was originally intended to go all the way south to a place called Yacht for the night, which would put us at 170 something miles today, which we probably could have easily done if we would have started early. Actually would have easily done that, but due to our slower departure, we're going to be stopping in Norfolk tonight at a marina, and hopefully we're going to get there in time to get fuel, because one of the key things to be sure that you can move to your full potential is having a full tank of fuel in the morning, because you're not sitting around waiting on the fuel dock to open up, and then once it does open up, you're not sitting there wasting time fueling. Where we're going, we might be able to get fuel tonight. There's 2 boats who are already kind of lined up to be tied up on the fuel dock tonight and taking on fuel at 4:30 and 5 o'clock. And I called the marina, be sure there was dockage for us. They said, if you can beat the 5 o'clock boat to the fuel dock, tie up on the fuel dock and we'll fuel you tonight, and they'll have to wait till tomorrow. So we've kind of put the hammer down a little bit, and hopefully we can beat that boat. As we run this first leg south down the Chesapeake Bay, we're feeling the boat out, finding how she likes to be ran and trimmed. Over the next 1,000 miles, I'd keep tweaking the boat more and more and would learn how she liked to be trimmed in various conditions. The 444-25s were plenty to push this boat along. Looking back at my logs, I tended to run the boat at around 4,200 RPM, running around 32 miles an hour, where it burned 52 to 53 gallons per hour. The autopilot is an underappreciated crew member on long trips like this. I know this because once I hand steered this same route, going much slower. We were fortunate to have calm seas on this run, so we could pick up the pace a bit in hopes to make the fuel dock before they close. We made it to the fuel dock in time, taking on 250 or so gallons. My man Tommy, y'all hadn't met. My mate back there, putting in the work, learning how all this adventure happens. We moved to a slip for the night and turned on the beautiful exterior lighting as we went to grab a quick bite to eat. The boat cleans up well and shows off a bit at night. When at the dock, we hook up to shore power, which completely powers the boat and keeps all the batteries topped off and ready for the next day. It's good etiquette to run the shore power cord where it's least likely to be tripped over. The same goes for dock lines. Keep those tidy. Tomorrow is our next full day where we need to make it count and get some miles behind us. But of course, sometimes fate has different plans. We're off the dock at 6:45 this morning, and this is going to be a good day. I'm going to kind of log it a little better for you guys. Tell a story today. We have a few bridges to go through this morning that are going to have to either draw or swing for us, and a lock. As much as I love exploring places on the water that are remote, something about work on the water really interests me. Here in Norfolk, the commercial side of the water is intriguing. I need to see about getting a ride on a tug or maybe some sort of cargo transport vessel. To me, that'd be pretty exciting. Learning how everything works, the different roles aboard, and of course the stories told by experienced sailors, whether true or not, are always entertaining. We just made it to the Great Bridge Lock. We are heading in. We got the green light. Gonna have some fenders out, and it's starting to rain a little bit. Right about there, sir. How far you want us? All right, coming back to you. Thank you, sir. Look up Trip Smith and you'll get to see your boat going through the lock. Trip Smith? Yeah, Trip Smith on YouTube, man. All right, see? Yeah, brother. I guess I should have brought one of my stickers.
Vessels in the chamber when you begin your exit. Starboard side will exit first, and the Atlantic surveyor will follow after everybody's out. Vessels in the chamber, starboard side. You can slip your lines, begin your exit.
Fender. Huh? Did you roll the lines in that fender? Thank you, sir. That was easy. Now we have the drawbridge ahead. Just have to wait on it, and it opens 15 minutes. But we don't have much space between us and the drawbridge, and I think there's 7 boats in the chamber, the lock, so I have to kind of get as close as I can so everybody can stack up and fit and make the next bridge opening.
Nothing?
It's coming from right
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
underneath this fridge right there.
Which is right by that vent. Oh, he's going there?
He's going where?
He's going over there to those docks, I think is what he's trying to motion.
This was one of the handful of bridges we needed to go through on today's leg. Even though they slow your progress, the inside route is often preferred as it saves you having to go offshore around Cape Hatteras. Plus, it was rougher offshore than what we wanted to expose the boat to, and it was also evident that we weren't the only ones thinking the same thing.
Finally opening for us on the half hour.
As soon as y'all get to that bridge, start bringing it. I don't want to get held up. I gotta make Great Bridge Lock.
What? He said he's got to make it to the next one.
Southbound Centerville, y'all need to start on through.
I'm waiting for your light to turn green, boss man.
At northbound Park, are you waiting for traffic to go through first? Southbound traffic goes too far, so I already made that clear. Centerville Bridge, tell you about the Mosquito southbound. I'll send it. Running it hard, coming up as hard as I can. Oh, let's go.
What do you want me to do? Alright, I'm about to open it up on his end.
Entering into the Albemarle Sound, we were happy to see smooth seas where we could run cleanly, making good time. It was pretty peaceful running for a number of miles before we entered a bit of chop, but nothing serious. We kept an eye out for other vessels and that we were running where we needed to be according to the chart, recording logs every hour. There are a number of benefits to keeping logs, from tracking fuel consumption to noticing things like a change in RPM and speed, fuel pressure, oil temps, or alternator output. Plus, it's good information to pass on to the new owner.
Coming into Beaufort, North Carolina, and we were running, and all of a sudden I felt something change in the power, and immediately checked my RPM. Noticed RPM on my port engine was down, so we backed off, and then I got a couple alarms. Was it overheat alarm, fuel pressure alarm? So we shut it off, tried to crank it back, and it wouldn't crank. It just turns over. So now we're limping in. We don't have too far to go. What, like probably 25 miles? It's an extra vibration, right? All right, we just felt another vibration.
The center one that's jumping.
The center one's spitting and sputtering. All right, I'm gonna shut it down, and I'm gonna trim it up. Okay, check engine, center engine. I just had a code on the center engine.
Oh, it's fine.
Visual inspection is good. Low fuel pressure, center engine. All right. We lost 2 engines in the last 5 minutes. We got 1 more to go. All right, Tommy, go to the bow. Just familiarize yourself with the anchor dropping procedure.
Okay.
That needs to come out, and
Take the safety, then press the
button.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're gonna leave the safety on right now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be ready, and we'll limp in, and I'm gonna make a phone call.
Alright. Just want me to hang tight up there?
Go up there and just visualize it,
Alright.
and then just come back.
always an adventure. Just lost the third engine. Hey, just lost my third engine. We are waiting to drift out of the channel. I'm dropping the anchor. We'll have to call you back.
Are you out of gas?
No, I've been 168 miles a day, burned 329 gallons. So if I'm out of gas, then we got bigger. I will say that my gauge doesn't work. It's been reading 42% all day. My fuel rate's been a half mile to gallon, and I'm banking on that 420 gallon tank. And we filled up yesterday, so I don't believe that I'm out of gas. If I am, I'll be shocked. I'm in a safe spot to anchor. All right, bye. So he said, "Are you out of gas?" Oh, if I'm out of gas, boy, I'm gonna be pissed. 7 feet. Yeah, little son. 6 feet plus 4 is 10 feet here. And what's your guess? Like you're 5 to 6 feet off the water, 5 feet off the water. Oh man, is it still recording? Oh man. All right, Tommy, let's drop this anchor, brother. Ordinarily we would take the engines and back it down, but yeah, we don't have that luxury. Good work. Yeah, that cover's still there, but you can see how it's just coming off. Tomorrow or next time we're running, we'll just put it away so they don't lose it. All right, so he's on the phone with Cito. He's gonna have the boat brought to Palmetto Bay Marina. Copy that. Now I'm gonna drop in my position. I've got 3 possible reasons that we could be having an issue, or 3 of, in my opinion, things that could happen. We're out of fuel and we don't know it because the fuel gauge doesn't work, and we were never full. Because I think there may be an issue with the fuel vent as well, and if that's the case, then the fuel fill may have stopped filling before we were actually full, so we don't have as much fuel as we thought. Or there could be a vacuum on the fuel tank due to the fuel vent issue, or either they're just gunk clogging up our fuel filters. So I'm about to see if I can get on here and see if the tank is actually empty or not, see if there's fuel in it. Back here, I got some wood. Oh no, this is, I don't know what it's for, man.
Maybe a table.
Is it a spare cockpit table or a spare salon table? Because it winds it in 2 pieces. Here's your table. Don't forget to put it together.
For upstairs.
Man, that sucker's heavy. So, I wonder if I should take this out and look down in there. Definitely turned into a good video. It's clean.
Light?
Yeah, I need a light.
You got a flashlight or you want a phone?
Headlamp. That's
Where's that?
the drawer under the helm. It's empty.
Is it?
Yeah. It is empty. Okay. We'll solve that problem. Ain't got no gas in it. We are out of fuel. What was that, Captain Ron? He said, "How do you know we're almost there, Captain? We had just enough fuel to get to whatever."
And we are out of fuel. Oh, great, man.
I'm gonna make up my throttle.
Yeah.
Have you put it on your bow cleats, and once I start paying out line, pull your anchor, and we'll get moving.
Copy that.
I got this black line as a heaving line.
Okay. Oh, good catch, Tommy.
Not my worst throw, not my
It's cool.
All good?
Yep, all good.
All right, you go ahead and pull your anchor. Anything, holler out on 12.
Copy 12. Anchor secure. Put the safety in and then rinse it down. Yo. Let's go back going 12. Gonna have some nice sunset. Yeah, you wanna switch this to 12? So I just walked up to the fly bridge and I noticed something is missing. There's no longer a cover here. It was secured, we checked it both days, but it's not there anymore. Wait, no way that's it. Oh my gosh. No way. Ah! All right. We're gonna put that away. Got lucky there. I already noticed I didn't like how this one was coming up, and I snapped it back down again. I was going to test it again today, but it's not staying secured, so we will put it away safely as well. At least we get to enjoy the beautiful sunset. It's unfortunate we may not get fuel tonight, though. That puts us behind in the morning, which is not ideal at all. Now I'm waiting on him to slow down, give me some slack here. I'm gonna unhook this side and we're gonna prepare for a hip tow on the left side of the boat. Let me have that fender just in case, Tom. Always be ready.
Go ahead and toss you a stern line and pull you in.
All right.
You just take this around your stern cleat.
Secured. Yep. We had a successful tow to a marina. I'm not even sure where we are, to be honest with you. Somewhere just east of Beaufort, North Carolina, or Beaufort, I don't know which one, how you pronounce it, but we're taking on fuel. We're about to have 400 gallons in the boat. We got the engines back running, had to reset the power and things like that, get down in the mechanical space and prime the bulbs. And now we're monitoring exactly how much fuel is going into the boat. We're going to ensure that there's 500 gallons that go in, and we're checking the vent and things like that as it's filling. It's good that things are back how they're supposed to be. I was just hoping it wasn't some catastrophic failure, but it's just a fuel level reading failure. You know, we thought we were right, but we had no way to know for sure we were right. And typically,
there would be, or hopefully, a log that would tell us how much fuel is left in the boat from the previous owner or something like that. Or that, hey, this boat's fuel gauge doesn't work well. Granted, originally we did have a clue with that other Towboat US receipt, but I just thought, okay, someone just made a simple mistake. It was funny that we were kind of laughing at that. No, we needed a tow, so whatever. All right, fuel just stopped. Let's go be sure that we've got 200 gallons additionally. That's what we got. All right, it stopped at 150.
150?
So the boat took on 350 gallons, and then it clicked like it was full. So let's check out this vent.
Blowing?
No, it's still dry. So what we think is happening is the tank is not properly venting. The fuel is backing up into the fill hose as we're filling, and it's making the pump think that it is full. So I'm going to go down, take all this stuff off the top of the fuel tank, open the fuel sending unit, and manually let the tank breathe. Okay, let's try filling it. So when I took the sending unit off, it started, fuel started coming out from under the sending unit, so probably just pressure built up in there.
Pumped off.
Oh, shoot. We originally considered keeping it on there when we started fueling, but we wanted to see when the pump actually shut off, and it shut off at 258 gallons. Hold on.
161.
Okay.
On this fill, he's got to reset it.
Okay, 161. All right, I'm gonna write that down. Well, here's some crap for you. So we're pumping, and we're at about 400 gallons, and fuel's coming out of this sending unit. And I'm wondering, okay, why is that happening? Well, I popped the sending unit all the way off because I just had it loose so it would vent, and the tank's full. However, if I look right here and I read something, what does that say? Capacity, US gallons, 500. We just put 400 gallons in it, and it's full. Welcome to a boat. Jesus. And now I've got gas. Well, never mind.
Sorry?
Always an adventure. Oh, it's so much darker than that. We were up into the night getting the boat ready for the next leg, got a bit of sleep, and then we're up before the sun rose so we could get started at first light. We were very fortunate that the marina allowed us to take on fuel after hours instead of making us wait until the morning. Remembering to bring tip money helps with instances such as this, and in the end saves the owner considerably more than what is spent on tips. It was a calm and clear morning which allowed us to make good time running down the inside through the ICW, but we soon found ourselves facing another obstacle. So another small hurdle has fallen into our lap. We were just running south, making some good time on this beautiful day, and we got a call over the VHF from a motor yacht that we just passed. Said, yeah, you guys are aware of the bridge closing? It's just ahead of you. Well, there's a bridge that's closed, and we're about 2 foot too tall to fit under it, and it doesn't open until tomorrow morning, maybe. It's undergoing repairs. So we're backtracking a little bit.
We're heading north on the ICW, coming into Swansboro.
Let's do it again. So there is a inlet here. I did some research on it. It isn't the best charted, and I talked with him. He sounded like, he had some local knowledge that he had gotten, and if we hit it at high tide, which is in about an hour and a half, and we stay within the marked channel, we should have enough water to get out. So that's our plan now. We're backtracking a little bit. Got about a mile to go, a little over a mile, till we'll kind of pull over and wait for high tide.
14 feet. We're doing good. So don't want to go to the left more. Doing it, man. Oh crap! No, that's a big right there, man.
Yeah.
12 feet. I'm gonna go to the left of it, I think, because it just. I see the white water there.
Yeah,
Okay, so we got breakers there, breakers there. This is showing deep water left.
okay.
So I'm gonna go around this red and I'm gonna shoot, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Turn the camera on. What I'm gonna do. We did it. We made
Got me
it.
a little elevated, man.
Your heart rate?
Yeah.
You do, me too,
I
brother.
was like, all right, Trev.
What you giving me into? No, I mean they're right there. It's just shallow, man. Woo! It definitely was a good call to go ahead and come outside, sneak out that inlet, even though it was a little sketchy. We never saw less than 9 feet under the boat in the marked channel. And offshore, it's not too rough out here. You know, this is certainly safe for us and for the boat. So we're alright. We only have like a 65-mile run or so out here, and this will help us stay on track getting out. We've had a few delays the last couple days. So just a while back, about 2 miles out from the inlet, right there at Masonboro, we had one engine dropping in RPM, and it shut off on us. So I'm thinking, well, we're not out of fuel, but I go down into the engine, into the mechanical space, and check the bulb on the fuel line. They're all no way. And what do you know? It's squeezed, so it's got vacuum on it. So one of our engines wasn't getting adequate fuel. That's just further evidence of a vent problem. It's creating a vacuum in the tank. I'm gonna wait.
Cool, man.
That is cool.
Yeah.
At this point, we've made it into our fourth state, South Carolina. The boat is running good. We have confidence in it as we have been getting more accustomed to her ways. The two of us are falling into a bit of a groove now as well. It seems to me the farther south you travel, the waterways get more interesting to look at. There are more recreational boaters on the water, and towns give more of a beachy vibe. We were also encountering more no-wake zones which slow your progress along with other slow boats heading south. It would have been interesting to have counted the number of boats we needed to slow for in order to not wake them as we passed, and it felt like most of them were sailboats. There were a lot of boats fishing on the edge of the channel that I would sometimes come down off playing for, sometimes not. Luckily, I only got the finger once. Well, twice actually, but it was two guys in the same boat, so I'm calling that one occurrence. Slowing down for every single boat isn't practical. The ICW is essentially a highway on the water. Boats are responsible for their own wake, and if I don't see my wake as a threat or your boat is capable, I may choose to keep running.
Caution, caution, tuck these big bridges down closing.
We ended up topping off for fuel. headed south towards Georgetown, North Carolina right now. We'll be there in about an hour and a half, right at dark. Looks like we have some flickering. That's from the LEDs and the frame rate on the camera, but right now it's 5:40. We are up early to hopefully get an early start, of course, because daylight and fuel range are our limiting factors mostly during the day, unless we encounter some other issues. It is raining this morning as we plan on heading out of, I don't even know what the name of this river is. Is it the George River? I don't know what the river is. As we plan to head out this river, they plan on going offshore and turning right, heading south, stopping at Hilton Head, South Carolina to fill up with fuel, then jumping back out offshore and heading toward Jacksonville for our stop for the night. This rain does make it a little challenging. One, we don't get daylight quite as early because of the cloud covers keeping the sun from providing us light so we can see. And there are some visibility issues with the rain. It's not that bad, really and truly. But one of the good things about rain is sometimes it will flatten out the sea state a little bit. And the seas offshore are supposed to be similar to what they were yesterday. Maybe a little tad bit better, but throughout the day, getting better. So that's what we need to do, is run offshore today. Coast Guard.
This run offshore was about 114 miles from inlet to inlet. The seas were manageable and we could safely run 28 miles an hour or so. Compared to previous days, this is pretty efficient running as we're essentially going in a straight line with no interruptions to slow our pace. The main thing on my mind was being able to make our fuel stop in Hilton Head and then the next 120 miles offshore run to Jacksonville, hoping to arrive in time for fuel.
We got here 30 minutes early. Nice. Coming into Hilton Head, going to be taking fuel at the Skull Creek Marina. Beautiful country club, a floating dock spot. Then we'll jump right back out, keep going south to Jacksonville. Skull Creek Marina, Skull Creek Marina. Motor yacht. They don't want to talk to me.
Power vessel in front of Safe Harbor Skull Creek. Do you have a copy on the 1-6?
That's a copy, Skull Creek. This is the 42-foot yacht cresting gasoline. So not working? Do you copy Safe Harbor? Safe Harbor, this is the 42-foot motor yacht on 16.
Not hearing you.
No? It's alright.
Do they call back to you, or?
They just called to the motor yacht. This is the Safe Harbor Marina, calling the motor yacht just in front of the marina, whatever. I'll probably get a spring line too, just in case. Work. Looks like we got a wind just blowing us off. So, I mean, get off the dock,
Okay.
tie the stern,
And walk up front.
and walk up,
Grab that.
and then take it forward.
Okay. So grab it off the side.
Yeah,
Or go out the middle.
yeah. Nice and easy.
Once we topped off with fuel, we headed right back outside and turned south towards Jacksonville. We would run into the occasional mild shower early on, which were no problem. Here you can see one coming up on our radar. The sea state did increase as we got closer to Jacksonville, but nothing to be concerned about. It's just not as comfortable running for 4 hours constantly being tossed around.
Up here. All I'm trying to do is just not nose dive into the next one. Come down one too fast, the boat won't have time to react. It'll just keep yeah. Made it to Jacksonville, and it is 3:37. No, 4:37. Hopefully we'll make it to the fuel dock in time. I think we might. It's supposed to be like 3.3 miles or so with fuel. Topped off on fuel right at the last minute. I appreciate people who do that. And I know that it was funny, the two dock hands there watched my videos. I think whenever we got out, they were like, oh, that's the Seadory guy, or something like that. I appreciate you guys staying a little late for us. Now I'm headed just a little farther south, down the ICW to Windward Beach Marine. Just called and got a reservation for a transient slip tonight. We'll be getting there just in time. Luckily they're open till 6. Most of them are open till 5. We got really lucky. Well, I forgot to call. How far you want me, buddy?
This is good right here.
All right.
After arriving, we ate dinner nearby and then washed the boat. Running offshore the last 2 days, the right thing to do was to get the salt spray off. Plus, tomorrow we'll be inshore running and hopefully the final day. And there was no need to deliver a dirty boat.
Looks like today we're going to be on the inside pretty much all day, which is fine with us. It's been a rough last 2 days offshore, so this is good and relaxing because you may just think we're just sitting here riding the boat, but yeah, that is what we're doing. But being in those waves, it takes a little bit out of you. But being on the inside, we can cook breakfast and enjoy. But we're just now coming into St. Augustine.
There is a ridiculous amount of no wake until you get to Mosquito Lagoon. I wanted to run this section offshore, but it was rough on the outside. As you can see, there were a number of other boats heading south who made the same decision. After getting through all the no wake, it was fairly open and straight running for a while, so we made good time.
Boat man. If he takes a dump on the boat, Tommy, you're cleaning it up. We're really stretching our time today, trying to make Stuart our target destination for the trip, but we have quite a ways to go today, and there was a decent amount of no wake zones that slowed our pace down, but now we are through most of those. We're south of Titusville where we can pick up and run. We have to stop and get fuel one more time, and we're trying to calculate how much fuel we need to take on, because we don't need to fill the tank up, because the most important thing is to get where we're going before dark or as early as possible. So we're going to be calculating that fuel burn in order to take on just enough fuel to get us there and leave some in the tank for reserve. So we're estimating this will be about 120 gallons. So that's also going to be a shorter pit stop, which will get us there a little bit quicker. This is hailing the power vessel that just passed southbound on the Fort Pierce Bridge. If you can hear me, you have a antenna hanging off your starboard side. Oh, he just went and looked.
Is it?
Yeah, he just went and looked. Yep, he's over there. Oh crap. No thank you over the radio?
The guys don't know how to use the radio.
No, they don't know how to use the radio.
I think they're foreign now.
Ah, okay, maybe they are. Well, we helped them out. So there we go. We made it. I don't know, 800 or 900 something miles. Wasn't without struggles, wasn't without challenges, but that's what made it an adventure. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Get out there. God bless, and I love you.